Hi, this is Jawanda. I come to you again with another one of my beliefs. Sunday, I titled this my belief, cleaning out someone else's garbage in your window. God been dealing with me about this for a couple of days now. And I was like, I just been dreading my feet to do it. Felt like I was tired, but I still let me do it. I had a dream, and in my dream, I dreamed that I was hey sweetie, I can say it now. I dreamed that I had moved to this house. And in this house, the house was straight, a new house. For me it was new. And the house was straight. And I looked in a window. Maybe I'll wait a few more minutes. But again, like I said, God had, given me a dream. I'm sorry, all over again. God had given me a dream. I had moved into this house. And in this house, he's sending me googly faces. And in this house, it was a new house I had just moved in. Anyway, when I got to this window, it had the curtain up there. And then the curtain, when I pulled the curtain back, it was a lot of mold and mildew. It was just black. And I'm like, what is the meaning of this dream? And the way God gave it to me, and he opened up my understanding, I am taking old mess I have covered up into something new. Meaning what? People said, forget about your past. Don't live in your past. Let your past go. Your past don't define you. And that's true. Your past does not define you. But you can take your past with you. And then we cover it up. But yet the mold was still in the window. I took this to a new house. And the mold was still in the window. Therefore, the curtain had covered the mold. And when I moved the curtain, it was, wow, look at all this mold. In the dream, I said, I have to clean this mess up. Meaning what? Things that happened to me in my past. Somebody else's garbage that they deposited into me, I am still dealing with. Say it again. Somebody else's garbage that was deposited in me, I'm still dealing with. I might not be talking about it, acting it out, but it's there. It's there until I deal with it, acknowledge it, and ask God to deliver me. Meaning what? I was in relationships where some of my family might not like what I'm going to say. Well, my daddy was not in my life. And because my daddy was not in my life, which is true, when I went to a relationship, I looked at a man for what my daddy should have gave me. I really did. My man should have been my man. I shouldn't look for him to be like a daddy figure to me, in a sense, if that don't sound weird. Just like I used to date this guy, prime example. I used to date this guy who was a younger guy, and he was very abusive to me, and I didn't understand why he was so abusive. The reason why he was abusive was because his mom was not in his life. And here I am, an older woman in his life. I would do what everyone would do, wash his clothes, cook his food, make sure he was straight for work. So when we went to go split up, he couldn't take it. It wasn't me he loved. He needed that mother figure. And that's what I was to him. And so it wasn't like he was losing me. I was giving him what he had longed for. Meaning this, a lot of things we go through in life, whether it's abuse, a lot of us have experienced sexual abuse, mental abuse, and different things. We tend to cover that up and say that's part of my life that I dare not deal with. But yet, we still carry it with us. Meaning that because we were abused, we look for everybody else to be abusers. We don't trust nobody. Why don't we trust anybody? Whatever that person did to make you think not to trust me? Well, because this happened in my life, I refuse to let this happen again. And a lot of people don't understand that because this happened, you didn't deal with it. You didn't face it. You didn't talk about it. You didn't go to the help you need to get to. You didn't tell God, this is what I feel. This is what happened to me. And you're trying to fight that curse. It is a generational curse, and he was dealing about that too. It's hard to break a generational curse. It's hard to break that thing that was passed down from family to family. It's a generational curse. It's a spirit where you fighting against it, and when you're fighting against it, it's hard. It's harder to fight against it than to deal with it. So again, I said this: do not take stuff that has happened in the past. People say don't talk about it, but it's there. It is there. It is there, and you need to ask God. I know I need to ask God about some things that happened to me in my past. I need to ask God, okay, I need to acknowledge, Lord, this happened to me. And because this happened, I need you to deliver me. That means I got to deal with it. It's no magic pill to it. People pay counselors. Why? Because there's no magic pill to this thing. It's a lot of schizophrenics in the church. Just say it like it is. A lot of spiritual schizophrenics acting like that ain't never happened to me. I gave it to God, but yet you gave it to God, but you still acting it out. You gave it to God, but you still acting it out. I'm going to say that one more time. You gave it to God, but you still acting out. Because if you gave it to God, you would not act or react to certain things that happen. You wouldn't be angry. You wouldn't be upset. You would be more trustworthy. You could be in a healthy relationship. I know some people said, and I've heard people said this about this family, how because of the way the mama was treated, just how they treat women. Why? Because they saw that. That's what they saw. And people quit to say people crazy. People just know a lot of people is carrying dirt. They're carrying mold. And there's the same situation. They're carrying it from house to house. House to house. Why? Because it's not the house, it's what's in the house, and what's in the house needs to be clean. And in order for it to be clean, we got to acknowledge it. I'm not saying go tell everybody, this happened to me, this happened to me. I'm talking about go to God and say, God, I will admit I was abused. I will admit I did this, or because I was abused, this and I did. Lord, deliver me from that. Help me to forgive my abusers, and that's my issue. Help me to forgive my abusers because they only did what the enemy told them to do, but there's still something you got to deal with. You have to deal with it. You're not saying live in it, but in order for in the dream, in order for me to get, in the dream, I said it. I said, I have to clean this. That means I have to deal with this. I had to deal with that mold. I had to clean the mold. How do I do it? I acknowledge that the mold was there. And I actually had the bleach thing in my hand to clean it. So we have the capabilities to clean those things, that garbage that other people did left. Was it fair? No. Did it happen? Yes. So that's all I wanted to say about that. And like I said, I didn't know how to come off with this. A lot of people say, why is that man in that relationship with that woman? You see what she do? Because sometimes they longing that love from their mother, believe it or not. And they're pushing that love, in a sense, to their wife. That's what makes them be so faithful. If somebody can get what I'm saying. They're faithful because what? That woman is showing them that caring, that love, that they want it from their mama. Just like a woman that's being abused. They'll say, well, he don't mean that. Why? He don't mean that because even though he hit her, guess what? He's taking care of her. He's doing something that her daddy did not do. So because her daddy did not do, and here's a man coming in that it's odd, but she's, okay, my daddy won't there, but this man is protecting me like my daddy should have protected me, even though he's whipping me. He's providing for me, even though he's doing this. My daddy didn't do that, and that's what I wanted my daddy to do. I mean, I'm not a counselor. It's kind of deep there, but all I'm saying, don't ignore it. It's there. If you want to be healthy, if you want to have a prosperous life, clean it up. Get it clean. Deal with it. Whatever the issue is, the issue in your life that damaged you, the issue in your life that's still in your heart, that hurts you, that you don't want to tell nobody because you're embarrassed, or you feel like, who am I going to tell, or they going to think this. Don't worry about who they think. You got to get that thing out your heart. Because if not, you're going to carry it with you. And it's going to make you be unhealthy then. Like that house was new. I walked in a clean, new house. But it was mold in that window. Meaning what? Wherever you go, or whatever you do in life, that's going to be there. Whether your daddy told you won't gonna never be nothing, whether your aunt told you won't gonna never be nothing, or somebody that you love told you you're not gonna never be nothing, or you're gonna always be that. And when you do something, that's all you hear. So because that's all you hear, you try to achieve more, you try to get more. Why? To prove your grandma or whoever told you that they was wrong. And in reality, the things you have can make you happy when you realize, I don't have to prove to them. You're trying to prove to yourself that you're not what they say you are. But in reality, you're not happy because you're always trying to achieve and get more. Where is your drive coming from? Is it coming from you, or the fact you hit it in your head? You'll never be nothing. You'll never achieve nothing. So you keep going to prove that person wrong. When actually you need to stop. Wait a minute. I don't have to do all this. I can be happy in where I'm at once I get them voices out my head. You know, a lot of us are either driven by one or two things. Things that we want to do, or things to prove somebody that we can do. Don't kill yourself trying to prove that you can do this because somebody said you could. Don't kill yourself trying to do that. Be happy where you at. Enjoy where you at. Enjoy your process, in a sense. If you're here, enjoy that. You know, but that's not what I want to say. Enjoy, and I didn't mean to go with that. I just went there. But me, myself, I have to stop taking my issues and clean houses. Because whatever house I go into, whatever avenue I reach, the issue's going to still be there. It's just going to be there. So I have to deal with it. So you be blessed. I hope this helps somebody. Deal with it. Get free from it. And watch how the next move you make, or even the move you're in, will be so much better. It will be so much better. You know, it would just be so much better. Because you won't be taking that baggage with you, trying to prove that you are this. You know, you will be happy in where you're at. And I know this for a fact. I've been a stage in my life, and I will say this, where I realized that people, I want love from certain people, but they're not capable of loving me for whatever reason. But do I allow that to stop me now? No. I keep going because the issue is not me. Rob, stop sending me so many hearts. The issue is not me. The issue is with them. But do I allow them to stop me from enjoying my process? No. I acknowledge that. I heal from that. I ask God to help me with that. And I go on and enjoy where I'm at. I can't allow a person, the way they're treating me, stop me from enjoying the place that I'm at in life right now. Stop me from enjoying and realize how much God loves me. That's just them. So again, those things in your head, whatever it is, clean it up. Get rid of it. Confess to God. Ask God to heal you from it so you can move on. Be blessed.